Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Train Sim Festival special live edition on Twitch. I'm sure the game will get started in just a moment. There we go. So all this week we've been we decided we want to celebrate our routes and all the trains that you can run on them, because there's a lot of different trains that you can run on individual routes. And so what we're doing is the TS festivals, which is pick a route, talk about all of the locomotives that you can run on that route, and create a really rich running environment for you to run and enjoy different rich environments. And so we're starting off with Munich-Augsburg, which is the first one this week, and the trains that are part of it. And if you haven't got the trains yet, or missing any of the trains, they've been made cheaper so that you can make it's easier for you to participate. So the trains in particular is the ICE 1, the ICE 2, the BR232, the BR103 in TEE livery, the BR420, and the BR423. Of course, there's also the ICE 3, which comes with Munich-Augsburg. So here we are in this scenario. This is just a short scenario. It's a high-speed run from Augsburg to Munich, but it includes a chunk of all of the rolling stock that's in the festival. So we start off in Augsburg. Got a BR423 coming in over here. There's a nice 3 sitting over here in the side. 420 pulled in just a minute ago over here. That one will be leaving shortly. Our departure time is in a little over a minute at 12:02. Hear that roaring DC motor as the 420 pulls away. Just in the distance there, you can possibly see an ICE 2. I think it's an ICE 2. This is where I get embarrassed and I can mix an ICE 2 and an ICE 1 up. No, that's an ICE 2. Yeah, this is a green screen. It's meant to look like a VR103. No, I can't look at the back. Oh well. But I'm not actually sitting in a 103, as much as I'd love to be. So we'll be able to proceed in about 20 seconds or so. Got another train coming in. This is a freight train, hauling wagons that actually come in the 232 pack. Right, let's get the brakes released. So I'm actually driving the BR103. So let's get moving, and then I'll bring the camera outside and we can take a look at the train. So this is a notched type system, so slightly different to what you're normally used to. Let's just take a quick look at that. That's a 101 hauling that train. Right, we're moving. So this is your force meter with tractive effort, and as we notch up, so that one will go up. The red bar obviously is where we want to stay within to avoid damaging the equipment. And then you've got various needles here telling you what's going on with the system. Now they'll come into more use as we travel out on our journeys. Speedometer here. So I've got 80 km speed limit as we depart Augsburg. Thank you, DK Designer. I've been practicing this numerous times today, and I've generally remembered the headline, except now, because that's just how it works, isn't it? I forgot the passenger loading step, didn't I? Never mind, doesn't matter. Passenger loading step was more just to pad out the beginning of the scenario. The only passenger that matters on this train is you. Another Ice 2 sitting waiting to come into Augsburg. Possibly waiting for me to get out of the way. Scenario is about 30 minutes, give or take. I think the last time I ran it, it was about 33. It depends just how crazy I do the speeds. I shall try not to do it too crazy. We're going to enjoy a number of different AI trains along the way, along with the fantastic scenery in the route as we go. Just gently notching up the power. We're in a 120 speed limit. In fact, what I'm going to do now is notch the power down. We've got a 100 speed limit coming up. And you have to give this thing time to notch down before you can apply any brakes. Someone asked for the wipers. There you go, wipers. Don't really need them in the dry weather, so I'll stop them. Got a short hop through this 100 kilometre, which is as we go round the corner, and then the speeds go up somewhat. As soon as we get round this corner and into the 280, we'll take a look at the outside of the loco and the passenger view and other good things. Nearly there. A bit tedious only doing 100 kilometres an hour. This loco is actually rated for 200 kilometres an hour, so it won't be able to go the full speed. So the VR103 actually is the forerunner to the what eventually became the Ice 1. It was one of the first high-speed locomotives, and really changed the face of that side of the railroading. UTX G21. The throttle it's like a tap changing lever. So I'm controlling the tap. Let's get back in the cab for a minute. So I'm controlling the tap. So this is the throttle lever here, and as I throttle up, you can see this is moving around. And then similarly here, as I throttle up, you can see this needle goes up, along with that going up. We're missing all the AI. That was a BR232. Let's go and have a look at it. So the BR232, otherwise known as the Ludmilla to the fans, is a fantastic diesel. Get back in the cab. So we'll see a couple of those 232s. BR101 on a regional line. So we're actually in the high speed, so we can just throttle up, keeping an eye on this to make sure we don't overdo it, damage the system. So this is the BR103 in TEE livery, along with the Rheingold coaches. Passenger view. I must admit, I'm a big fan of passenger view.
So there's one of the nice things about getting a wide range of DLC for the route is that you can populate lines that wouldn't be populated by default. So take one example, on this particular route there are S-Bahn lines between Munich and Mammendorf, and they would generally be populated by the BR423 or the BR420. So they enable those lines to come to life. There's an ice on the left and another 101 on the right. And then similarly on the high speed lines, it's while the route comes with the ice through, which is a fantastic unit, there are a number of other certainly perfectly valid units that you can run on it, and it just means that when you're running the scenario, you've got a variety of different trains that you can see, and it keeps the experience different. And of course, when you've got a variety of DLC like this, locomotives that you can run on the route, one of the other things that we really want to guide people towards is Steam Workshop. There's a really nice selection of scenarios that you can download and play. They're all free scenarios. They're very easy to download and install. And then the nice thing about workshop scenarios is you never quite know what's coming, and of course the wider the range of DLC that you've got, the less that you can expect what's coming, which certainly adds to the fun. Put a little bit more power on there. Lost my mouse pointer there for a minute. It's back. Excellent. So let's let our train run along for a little bit and take a look at the 423 while we're here. This is it's an S-Bahn unit, and it's used to do commuter traffic, so lots of start-stop operations, which is a really key part of the railway. So long it's the express trains are great, but the start and stop commuter trains offer a great challenge for timekeeping and constantly having to drive the loco, get it sped up and slowed down quickly. Quick look around the cab there. It's bad form of me not blowing the horn by now. Everyone likes to horn. Or whistle. Hey, scroll up. It actually is hiding automatically. Maybe not fast enough for you though. I downloaded a little mod for Windows which hides the mouse after a few seconds. But I might be moving the mouse too much. So if you like running high-speed trains, it's a good it's a relatively about a half an hour run at the full speed. So this is the map view. Where you got Augsburg in the top here, and then the run down here to Munich, where the track work gets rather more complicated. This is a place called Passing. We're going through various places, yards and train care facilities, and then we enter into Munich. And then we've also got the Munich Underground station, which is where the S-Bahn trains go, which actually runs through under Munich in reality. But so you can start and end services here and run them on the S-Bahn lines up here. So we just passed another ice train. So we've got a couple of people on the chat who are trying to answer questions. If you've got questions about the stuff in the festival, fire them away, and DTG Steve and Jay will do their best to help you out. And if I can help, I will. Relatively flat route, but that's pretty typical of high-speed lines. Don't build high-speed railways with too many curves, because you slow the trains down. The route is fully compatible with LZB signaling and PZB signaling, although I'm being a chicken and not using them. That's what this cable is actually down the middle. It's part of the LZB system. Let's pop out of the cab. So that's a BR420 going in the other way. The older was the forerunner to the 423 on the Munich line. Ease off on the throttle a little bit since we seem to be accelerating gently. Janello, how do you move so fast in the free roam view? Press the shift key and then raise your height. So the higher you are above the ground, the faster the view moves. So the Ice 2 is interesting. It was an evolution of the Ice 1, but they wanted to be able to split them in half and use them for more regional services as well as just the long distance high speed ones. And as well as splitting them in half, they also put they changed one end so that it was actually capable of having passengers in it as well. So, and because it's got the couplings in it, the headlights are in different positions, so the headlights are further up to allow the coupling bays to open. But what that means is that then when you run them as a pair, to get the same as you would have with an Ice 1, you still only have 2 power cars rather than it being overpowered. Ice 3. Just going to ease off the power here. Just going through Olching. Excuse my pronunciation. So this is where the route swings southeast. I'm just going to apply a little bit of brake and just gently slow us down a little bit. There's a 160 km/h speed limit coming up, and I'm taking it easy because in many of my trial runs for this I keep forgetting it. That's not good. So on the chat window, tell us what's your out of the Ice 1, the Ice 2, the Ice 3, the BR232, the BR103, the BR420 and the BR423 that we're all celebrating in the festival. What's your favourite? Tell us, why is it your favourite? Just working with Steve, getting PZB enabled. I'm running a bit slow here, but I don't want to get caught out like I was previously. Right, so I need to stop to enable them. Trying to take a peek at the signal ahead. We have a green light. That's good news. Right, so we want PZB enabled, so I'm going to stop the train so I can enable it. That's PZB switched on. See if it's switched on. See. Now I'm going to have some fun. Oh, too much power. Getting too excited with the throttle. So I need to press end to get out of monitoring. There we go. So these are your PZB readouts with the different speeds, and it's not the space bar, it's the Q key. C4 alarm came on. Of course the C4 alarm starts out with silent. You get a couple of seconds of silent with the light, a couple of seconds with the alarm, and then it says, you're out of there. This will be interesting. My success rate with PZB normally isn't great. Requires a level of attention, which is only appropriate. There's so many souls behind me. How are we doing for speed now? Oops, see for again, 79 kilometers an hour. Got 100 km/h coming up in a minute. We'll be making the left turn. So after we make the right, we make a left turn sweeping into Pasing. Must admit, going on the subject of the favourite trains, I should contribute mine as well. The BR, the 423 is probably my favourite, or the 420. I must admit, I quite generally like the historic multiple units, the old attraction, and yes, the 420 fits that bill very nicely. Cut the power, and then I can apply the brakes, as I shall probably accelerate too much down this hill. That's not fair, Steve, asking everyone how my driving is. Opening me up for criticism. No, that's seriously, that's fine. It's all good. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. That way everyone can learn from my mistakes. Taking it easy on the run into Munich. So I've got another Ludmilla over here. Ludmilla. hanging around waiting for departure permission. Clear that CEFA alarm. So for the UK enthusiasts among us, CEFA is very much like the driver safety or driver vigilance device, DVD, DSD, that comes on every 60 seconds or so. It's always gratifying when CEFA's on and you catch it before the alarm sounds. That's really cool. I do like this sweeping curve around this tunnel. So DK Designer, as someone said there very helpfully, it's a track safety system or a train safety system, so when you pass signals that aren't at a green aspect, there's these little balises or magnets down on the track here, and the train reacts to those and causes various situations to happen in the cab, which to ensure that the driver is handling those signals correctly, slowing down at the appropriate speed, that they aren't going too fast as they approach the signal, and so forth. So it's really just about keeping the driver honest, which is why I'm not very good at it. Just going to drop it down to the 60. It's a little ways away, but I've been caught on too many signals this afternoon, and I'm running scared. Safety is number one. That's what I say. I didn't catch that one before it went off, did I? So we're starting to come to into the Munich area now. It gets track work gets rather more complicated. I'm going to take a sneaky peek into the sky. So that's sort of the complexity we're dealing with here. You've got the long unit maintenance facilities over here, the short unit and loco facilities there. Sorry, I was just concerned about CEFA going off. My poor laptop is struggling a bit at the moment, but that's probably mostly because I've rather overloaded the area with trains. Because trains are what we're here for. Thanks, Lucazone. Nearly there, even at this pedestrian pace. So I've got some more ice trains sitting over here in the facility. Some other trains. There's a little 294 switcher in there. Another one of those locomotives has crept in over there. And then over here we have some S-Bahn units awaiting going into service. So 420s at the front and 423s at the back in the DB regional livery. So this is where I've been caught before. Let's try not to get caught this time. So that signal's actually green. Of course, what I didn't do that's better. I didn't react to the PZB because I went past a something at the wrong aspect there. Now I'm struggling to get the thing going again. Well, it was going so well. It was going so well. What happened? No, we're not applying any power. Because it was still in emergency brakes. That'll be the reason. So much for my spotless driving record. Oh, I'm ashamed. It happens, folks. It happens. PZB's happy again. I blame Steve for this. I blame Steve. Right. Hey, we got power coming back on again. We're getting there. There we go. We're moving. Nearly didn't catch that one. So we've got a 33 with 60 km/h restriction, except it's actually a 40. So this contraption over here, this building we're going past here, is the train cleaner. One of the scenarios that comes with Munich-Augsburg has you actually take an Ice 3 out of the storage sidings and then run it through the train cleaner before you do a high-speed run from Munich to Augsburg. Caught the Sifa. I win. So why have I got a red signal here? Oh, because I'm not going that way. That's my signal. Munich station's in front of us. It's quite an impressive station, it's very big. I've done it again, haven't I? I've done it again, I've not responded to the PZB. You did this to me, Steve. You did this to me. So close! Right, that's cleared PZB, that will reset the brakes. See, I'm getting good at this now. I'm getting good at resuming from making a mistake. It's called practice.
Brakes off. No, don't apply power yet, the brakes aren't off. Emergency brakes are never a good thing. Well, I guess they're a good thing if you're in an emergency, but not if you want to release the brakes. Here we are, we're coming into Munich. Nearly got caught by the Seeper. No, in fact I did get caught by the Seeper. At least we're moving again now. Although I'll need to reset the tap controller and then I can take control of the train again. Yay! We will eventually get into the platform. Right. So we've got a few more trains in the station here. There's another BR103 special waiting to leave. ISO over on the right. Apologies if I'm looking up. It probably looks odd on the stream. I've got a TV above me that's got the chat window, and I'm just every now and again popping up, seeing what people are saying. Should probably focus on what I'm doing. Respond to the Seeper. Munich's it's a really modern looking station with all the big signs around the top there. It's definitely got a very distinctive look to it. Stop the train. Stop. There we go. Let's open the doors. And let all the passengers off we didn't pick up. So there you have it. We've shown off some of the DLC that really that's it, part of the festival, which really livens up your Munich route, and indeed potentially other routes that you've got as well. And it's as I said earlier, don't forget to check out on Steam Workshop. If you look on Engine Driver. I'm sure one of the chatters will post the link to Engine Driver. There are a series of articles being posted for the festival period. Bad luck, I didn't complete it successfully. That would be the fact I didn't pick up all the passengers, but never mind. We got here. Yeah, so there's a series of Engine Driver articles which go through the some of the things that we're doing for the festival and how the details of the locos that you can run, where you would run them, and so forth. So I hope this has been interesting, and we'd certainly like to get your feedback from it for future sessions. Targets complete 1 of 2. Dear, oh dear. So thank you very much for your participation and for joining us this evening. I hope it's been useful. We'd love to get your feedback. But for me, for now, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.